This is Ray the Bear Man. It is November 22nd. I'm very tired, very tired. My eyes are kind of dark. I'm a little jittery. I've been up. I have restless leg syndrome, early stages of Parkinson's. I'm going to talk a little bit about Asperger's and, Aspie, being an Aspie. And then, of course, the EMDR. Again, that's EMDR processing. And EMDR is not for everybody, but it does work for me. So today I have an attitude, and I have this channel, right, that reaches 50,000 people. And I'm not trying to take advantage of this channel by, uploading videos with an attitude or, messing with people by moving my head around on the camera. But anyway, so also there's some people that have prejudices. I have certain beliefs. Some of them are Jewish and Native American, and we have this. I tracked her name back a little bit, and oh Jesus, man, kind of, brings back, okay, PTSD, okay. And then there's, a guy from the Texas area near the Houston chapter of the KKK, and then I deal with the PTSD, and of course Parkinson. So I'm talking about a few things here, and it's about trying to make it in this world. The other day on Facebook, I got a compliment from an Aspie saying, gee, I do suffer from Aspie, but I really would like to make it in this world and have a name for myself like Ray Susie. And I'm like, oh, and those are the things that make it easier to get through this world. Being an Aspie is not easy, and then having PTSD and then going through EMDR. But the other thing is that recently, okay, well, let me back up a little. When I was a kid, I never had much, and I was also denied a pair of shoes, whatever, and my brothers, denied a pair. Long story, but I called my little brother and we talked, and pretty emotional. Then we told jokes, and then we ended on a good note, So there you have it. Our family did not have much. At least I know I did not have much. And then there's oh boy, okay, sorry about the noise there. Okay, it shall pass. There's people that got everything they wanted, everything they needed, and then they might destroy something and they don't realize how it affects a person like me that never had much. Okay, 3/4 of my work is not happening, and it's 2 days before Thanksgiving, okay? Now, here's the deal. I went over to a bunch of dumpsters down on the west side and got some good food. And I'm not ashamed to admit that. But on occasion, I could eat at a few of these 5-star places because I save my money. It's very rare. But at the same time, a lot of things were destroyed. And that person is making amends and making payments, which is great. She was unaware of the impact of all the damages, the software, the thumb drives, baby pictures, the videos, of my daughter that I did have backed up. And so the data recovery is what, $4,500 per device. Well, there you have it, man. Okay, so I got seven of those babies with coffee on them. So I'm not going to sit here and talk about the destruction. I'm going to sit here and talk about how I survived. Okay, and how I survived and being homeless years ago. I got sober. I've been sober over 25 years. I got sober in 1991. I was living in a cardboard box under a bridge. I went to my first few support groups, smelling like puke and wine. Okay, I could also talk a little bit about Parkinson's. I've been taking Parkinson's meds for several years now. It's still at the early stages. I walk a lot. I walk after every meal. I've had 3 mild heart attacks, so I walk. I'm in pretty good shape. I'm not going to walk up that mountain today, but I kind of thought this would be a nice backdrop. So basically, I just wanted to give Cliff Notes on being an Aspie or dealing with Asperger's, EMDR processing. EMDR is not for everybody. It's called EMDR. And when you go through that, you have to process in your head. So I make these videos with an attitude. And then I share, oh, geez. Okay, like years ago when I was on the Larry King show a few times a week, I would use my experiences to help others. And I would tell the people on the Larry King show that I was not trying to air out my dirty laundry, that I was just merely using my experiences, my bad experiences, to help others be aware. Okay, so I got some flack about being on that show, and then also being on the Rick Barber show. But All I do is just, make the videos and use those experiences, and I try to have a better way of life. I, try to help my kids and maybe give them more than what I had. And sometimes I freeze and I don't know what to say or do, but I do the best I can. And they know it. They know it. So what's nice is when people make compliments and say, Ray, I'm glad you're doing great in spite of being an Aspie or whatever. But it's not just being an Aspie. I have PTSD and I got all these things. But I still survive. I do. I'm in Manchester Springs, Colorado. And yes, there are a few prejudices, mostly in the Springs, but there's a few comments here by a few people, but they don't stay here very long. But right now I'm just a tad nervous because of some people, of what they said, etc. But I do the best I can to build computers, okay? And so I think I'm done. I just wanted to give a little backdrop and kind of vent, but also use these experiences because other people are going through the same thoughts and they're having trouble expressing like I am now. But the best I can do right now is make a video, upload it, send it to a few sites, and some of these videos reach thousands of people, and it blows me away. Because I'm just a regular guy with Asperger's and offshoot of autism, just trying to communicate. And I try to get to know the neighbors. I know most of the neighbors up the street by their first name. I know most of the dogs and cats by their first name. And so, anyway, those are my thoughts. Again, with these people causing damage, thinking it's not that big of a deal, but it does affect me and it does affect others. So it's like, do not take everything for granted, but a lot of people do. They really do. I pay, Jesus, man, I've had this Mutual Omaha health insurance policy since 1981, man. It is what it is. So, child support payments, bills, Bob's, Frank's, whatever. A lot of bills, but I pay them. And it's because of the people. A lot of businesses in Manitou rely on me to work on their computers. I do a lot of Unix stuff, a lot of Macs. Rebuild them and sell them. And they go, sometimes they're sold before I even advertise them. So, it's good to have that kind of a reputation. It really is. I do billing, insurance billing. I work for a couple shrinks on South Circle. So, it's just a matter of trying to make it in this world. But I'm going to finish this video because the garbage truck is coming. And there you have it. So, this is Ray the Bearman signing out. And if you made it this far in the video, you're a sick man. I'm kidding. Thank you for listening.